slipping right quick.
You know, when you think about gangster rap, right? Gangster rap has also spawned a lot of other like subgenres, like the drill rap, even trap.
Would you consider drill the new youngsters' form of gangster rap? Because they do a lot of killing and other.
I think there's a lot of that.
Yeah, it's a lot of
that.
killing the ops, and we from here, we got, and then you've always had braggadocious MCs. My man LL, the Cool Mo D's, I'm this, I'm that, I'm bad, I'm that, right? Do you feel like hip hop today, with the way, like you said, the drill or whatever, is it just way too braggadocious now?
I think one of the main differences is, if you look in the 80s, this would happen, but it's different now. There would be, you didn't do it as much, Eiht, but you usually had a story.
Definitely, yeah, definitely.
Whereas a lot of the current artists, they're all over the place. There's no structure.
No.
They rap a certain length, and then they go to the chorus. There's not a story. It's just, I'm this, or I'm doing this, or I'm shooting this, or I'm doing that. Chorus. It's not a structure of a flow it's just a different construction. It's not good or bad. It's just different.
It is. I just think it's different. Like if you listen to, I think it's the influences too. You got to remember, a lot of these kids came up under Silk the Shocker. Seriously, I hear a lot of kids today, they rap like Silk the Shocker. And just think about it. If they were influenced by Silk the Shocker, you got to remember these young mamas, girls around that age, they got kids that are young adults now that are rappers. They would have came up under Silk the Shocker, and a lot of these dudes that rhymed off beat, because a lot of people are trying to imitate. I'm not, see, y'all go.
It's just the rhyme. It's just the rhyming off the beat. I don't know what it is.
I don't think it's that.
No, it's not that.
They're influenced by Silk the Shocker and different rappers like that. That's what I think.
I just think it's
you bang you some Silk the Shocker.
Silk the Shocker has some.
Okay.
I think it's just people have different attention spans. So Eiht would study and read stuff. All the artists that I grew up loving and admiring and thinking, look at the vocabulary that we learned, the history lessons we learned, the process we learned, the streets we learned from listening to the music. The artists now, they're just saying stuff. It's not as, generally speaking, thought-provoking. So when you have that, that's why it's a bunch of one-off lines. Hey, you notice as well as anybody, when you listen to these songs, every line is punched. Right. You notice that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Every line or every two lines, they're punched. So that means it's all freestyle. They're not taking the time to write. Again, it's not good or bad, it's just different. But when you have that, it's a different way to consume.
Well, you got to remember the vibe, and that's why I say it's their variation of gangster rap. You know what the biggest difference is? It was like if somebody said you was a smoker back in the day, you would want to fight a motherfucker, right? Mm-hmm. If you smoke crack, you was embarrassed by that. Now these motherfuckers on every kind of drug imaginable.
Yeah.
They taking drugs and they going there saying, yeah, I need 2 or 3. Wake up in the morning, make the hoe do my dishes, make her wash my socks. Then that's just how they, they on their vibe.
Right.
They sound like they falling asleep on the tracks, but I can't be a motherfucker that look at that shit and say, what the fuck is that bullshit? Because it was motherfuckers back in the day. What the hell is that bullshit that you listening to?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
so it's always like that. Every generation got their different vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Gangster Chronicles, we gon' tell you how it goes. If I lie, my nose will grow like Pinocchio. We gon' tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. Gangster Chronicles, this is not your average show.